All right, it's time to get Tucker's takes for week 4. You know the man, former NFL lineman and host of the Ross Tucker podcast. That would be Mr. Ross Tucker. Bunch of beefy storylines here in week 4. We're going to get to the GOAT Bowl coming up. But first, I do want to start in the NFC West. You have the undefeated Cardinals visiting the undefeated Rams. 3-0 versus 3-0. Home team is the favorite. You like LA to cover?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals, Emerson, and I'll tell you why. I think they are playing very well right now. They're a little bit under the radar, and I think the LA Rams are poised for a letdown here, man. I mean, last Sunday they had Brady and the Bucs come to town. They got the big win. They're number one. Everybody's power ratings, including mine. Everybody's saying how great they are. All the Hollywood stars came out to the game. I think the Rams are poised for a little bit of a letdown, and the Cardinals might be able to take advantage of it. I'll take the points.
Wow, okay. That Rams offense has looked like a juggernaut, though, with Stafford under center, no?
Yeah, they have, and that's certainly a concern because I don't think the secondary for Arizona is very good. So I'm counting on Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, and the boys to get some pressure on Stafford. And look, this is all about the spot and the points. It's a tough spot for the Rams coming off the huge win over the Bucs, and I think both teams are pretty evenly matched right now. I'm going to take the points if I can.
Okay, maybe two teams that aren't so evenly matched. You have the Eagles. Here we are once again talking about the Eagles with you. Hosting an angry Chiefs team here, Ross. The Chiefs are 1-2, maybe one of the biggest early surprises of the season, 2 straight losses. They have not covered a spread this year. They're also in 4th place in that division that includes a couple undefeated teams. But do you expect the Chiefs to cover the spread in Philly?
I kind of do, man. This is a bad spot for the Eagles. They played Monday night. Now they're coming back home against a Chiefs team that's lost 2 in a row. What are the odds that the Chiefs lose 3 in a row? Not real good. And really, if you look at those last 2 losses against both the Ravens and the Chargers, it was all turnovers, man. I mean, Edwards-helaire fumbles at the end of the Ravens game. They had turnovers on their first 3 drives in the Chargers territory last week. It's not good, clearly. I don't think it happens to Philly, in Philly for the Chiefs. I kind of like the Chiefs to cover, man.
All right, yeah, Chiefs giving up 430 yards, too, to opposing offenses. Like, maybe the Eagles can take advantage of that a little bit. I know they put up 32 against Atlanta, but they could not keep up with the Cowboys.
No, they couldn't. And I think the thing that's interesting about Philadelphia, the offensive play caller and defensive play caller, it's their first time doing it. So they had sort of an advantage that week 1 game against Atlanta because nobody had ever really seen what these guys are going to do. Now that the book is out on them a little bit, they're going to have to adjust because clearly Dallas had the better of them.
All right, now to the game we've all been waiting for in Foxborough, the return of the prodigal son. You got Brady versus Belichick, GOAT versus GOAT. The Bucs are heavy favorites here. The Pats have looked like they no longer have Tom Brady under center for him. What do you think the chances are of Belichick keeping this game close?
I think he can keep it close. Look, I got a lot of faith and trust in Bill Belichick as a game planner. I think he was the best I've ever been around during my career in terms of really knowing what made the other team successful, what made the other team tick. But it's all about the number here, man. I mean, if you can get it for less than 7, as it's been at times this week, then I think you lay it with the Bucs. If it's more than 7, as it's been at times this week, then I think you go ahead and you take the Patriots. This is all about the number. Less than a touchdown, I like #Tommy to be able to cover. More than that, I think maybe I'll go with Mac Jones and Bill Belichick and the points.
All right, how about looking at the rest of the Week 4 slate around the NFL? Which other spread catches your eye?
You know, this is one where the health is a major factor. I kind of like Denver, though. I know Denver hasn't played anybody yet. Look, I get it. They have not played very good opponents. They're still NFL teams, and they're still winning and beating them by double digits. I give them a lot of credit for that. Now they face a beat-up Ravens team. Lamar Jackson practiced on Friday, but He's got that back issue. I don't like that the Broncos guards are banged up, but the Ravens have been kind of living dangerously. Now they're out in the altitude in Denver. Give me the Broncos.
Oh, by the way, Denver, one of two teams currently 3-0 straight up and ATS in the NFL this season. Give me a total you like the over or the under on.
Dude, I'm going under on Bears-Lions.
Okay.
I mean, the Bears defense is legit. The Bears offense is legitimately horrible. And here comes Detroit. I think Detroit's okay offensively. Hawkinson, Goff, Swift, they've been all right. You know, they put, 17, 19 points up in these games, and their defense has been solid. I just think it's a really low-scoring game. And this feels like a 17-14, NFC North slugfest game that goes under. I don't see either one of these teams hitting 20 points. Give me the under for the Bears and the Lions.
Yeah, maybe Justin Fields just hoping he doesn't get sacked 9 times this week. Let's talk fantasy football before you get out of here. Give me a player on the main slate. So between the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games here that you think will go off.
Yeah, I'm going Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He fumbled 2 weeks in a row. I was surprised. Andy Reid let him in there, and he just kept playing. I mean, he let him stay in the game, and Edwards-Helaire had one of his best games in a while. The Eagles play a lot of 2 deep safeties, right? So they don't want to allow Tyreek Hill to beat him over the top. They don't want to give up the big chunk plays. They're daring you to be patient and to run the football, which is exactly what I think the Chiefs are going to have to do. Look for Clyde Edwards-Helaire to have a huge day in Philly.
Coming up, best game of the season, too. 5-4 is what it'll cost you on DraftKings. Before you get out of here, Week 4 is going to wrap up Monday Night Football. You've got the Raiders, baby. You've got the Chargers. Who do you think covers in this one? Raiders 3-0 right now.
Yeah, I like the Raiders. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the line for this game, it almost feels like they've priced it as if the Chargers are the home team. I know the game's in Los Angeles. Let me just tell you, the Chargers are not the home team, okay? There will be more Raiders fans at SoFi Stadium than there are Chargers fans. I don't feel like the books have priced it that way. That's why I'm going to go with the Raiders and the points.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good take there because road team 4-1 ATS in the last 5 meetings between these division rivals. Ross Tucker, always good catching up with you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, buddy.